Well done. Maybe.
or not.
So one's marketed as a ladies racket and another is pushed as a super light mid-high-end range racket. So both are very different rackets, so let's get into it. So the Astrox 66 has a super nice white and pink combo with a dash of lilac or purple or light purple around the design of the racket. So this sample that I had tried was a 4UG4 model and aimed at ladies who want to have a super easy to play but slightly head heavy racket. So you can see from the racket matrix that it is a lot closer to being an even balanced racket than an out and out head heavy racket. So when I tested the Astrox 66, it was super easy to play with. You can easily punch the shuttle deep into court with ease, although it does have a softer hitting feeling. The Astrox 66 also have good control for drops and softer shots at the same time. With its lack of direct head weight, the racket head speed does feel very fast, so you do have a nice smooth swing and easy maneuverability. But because this racket was designed with a softer and more flexible hitting feeling in mind, you might feel some instability during short, sharp shots. On the power side of things, it lacks top-end power on power smashes, but clears, drops and slices are no issues whatsoever. Anything that is mid-court and forecourt will be a joy to play with as it's super fast and you have no problems whatsoever. In fact, it reminded me a little bit of the current Yonex Astrox 88S Pro, as forecourt felt very fast, including short sharp drives and shots, but the racket did have a softer side of feeling compared to the 88S Pro. So I guess this racket caters to someone who is focused on the ability to get the shuttle easily deep into court when they need to, not necessarily needing the ability to get the shuttle to a specific location super fast or be able to hit super hard, but the ability to get the shuttle there when needed will be super useful and come in handy for lots of players. I thought it was a shame to only promote this racket as a ladies focused racket, as there will be plenty of players, men and women alike, who would love to play with such an easy to play with racket. So I personally love the colour scheme and wouldn't mind sporting a white and pink racket around court. So moving on to the Astrox 55. This was one of the last made in Japan Astrox models before we go into the made in Taiwan models. So the Astrox 55 comes in a 5U weight, which is somewhere between 76 and 79 grams, and lighter than your traditional 3U and 4U rackets. However, it immediately feels a lot head heavier and stiffer compared to the 66, although it is lighter in weight. So what do you think of these two rackets? Comment down in the comments section below. So in terms of play, the Astrox 55 felt more demanding to play with compared to the Astrox 66 due to its head weight and stiffness, but this also means it carries more power at the same time. So although the racket matrix shows the Astrox 55's head weight is around and similar to the Astrox 77, but due to its additional lightness, it doesn't feel as well balanced as the 77 and just felt a lot head heavier. So it reminded me with swinging and whipping around the Astrox 99, which is an absolute beast of a sledgehammer with a lot of racket head weight. So the Astrox 55 is aimed at a mid-high end market for someone who wants a super light but head heavy frame. But for me, I think it kind of feels like it's in no man's land. Yes, in terms of overall weight it is light, but the head weight makes the racket feels harder to play with than its heavier counterparts with 66 and 77 due to the balance. I want to use an analogy where typically higher powered sports cars have wider tyres because they need more grip to allow them to go faster. Wider car tyres meaning more head weight in this situation, but in this case it feels like we are in a small, light car with very wide tyres. So it feels out of balance, so in no man's land. If you felt this way with any other racket, also comment down in the comment section below. So it kind of feels like the Astrox 55 wants to emulate the Astrox 99 with the head weight but wanted to be faster, so they made it much lighter but compromised the balance and feel of it slightly in the process as well. So in terms of hitting, don't get me wrong, this is a very nice racket to play with, but perhaps when I'm comparing it with the rest of the gang, the Astrox 66 upwards to the Astrox 99 and 100, it does feel slightly lacking in terms of feel. However, it does have a very competitive price tag, so I guess that balances that argument. That's it for today, and I will see you in the next one.